YouTube in effect. Sounds working, everything working. Got my notes in front of me and all this good shit. Niggas already in the live. I appreciate y'all for popping up on a Monday morning. Y'all must not have no job. Yeah. YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know you're supposed to do that whole thing. Hey guys, and all that good shit. But let's start the show. Gunshots early. And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. Or shall I say, good morning, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. It's morning time, nigga. That shit is such a reflex. It's morning time like a motherfucker, dog. I was supposed to do this shit last night. Y'all know I usually do shows on Sundays, but it's Monday morning, motherfucker. A nigga, you know, I've been behind this whole week. This week I done did probably about literally 10 fucking podcasts. Yesterday I think I recorded 3 of them motherfuckers. You know, 2 for Cat versus Dog and another one of the homies. Like, you know, today's episode, you know, most of the episodes I do with this show is like shit from, you know, other people's experiences, you know, things from what's happening in the news, you know, stuff like that. But this one, this is gonna be me talking to me. Basically giving y'all game from the perspective of a fucking mistake I made. I've done this before and I'm doing it again, my nigga. Like, she said, oh, it's 2:30 on the East Coast. Yeah, no shit, huh? So good afternoon to y'all on the East Coast. But out here in the West, it's still like, what, 11 in the morning or some shit? So still, it's technically morning. What's going on, Life Unplugged podcast? Yeah, man, it's morning time. So, you know, this drink I got, this is not champagne, ladies and gentlemen. This is apple cider, which is a very underrated breakfast drink. You know, a lot of people associate orange juice with breakfast, but me, nigga, I like having apple cider with breakfast. Apple cider is the shit. It's acidic, it's made with apples, and it's fucking delicious. So I like apple cider. But anyway, you know, today's episode is gonna be about time management. I don't know what I'ma call it yet, but that's what it's gonna be about. You know, like any game in life, whether it be sports, because a lot of us have played sports, you know, whether we athletes or not. You know, we've all played sports. And if you've ever played sports, especially like in school, organized sports anyway, you understand the importance of clock management. And the game of life, it's way more important. Like something that I've said on the show multiple fucking times. It's more important to spend your time wisely than to spend your money wisely, because time is the commodity that we can't replenish. Like, you could win the lottery, you could hit a lick, you could rob a bank, you can do a lot of shit to get more money. You can do some Floyd Mayweather shit and box against a monkey in a dress, and you can get some money. But no matter how much money you got, you can't never get more time. You think you can get some more time? Ask Steve Jobs. That motherfucker had billions upon billions and still died. Like, nigga, if your time is up, your time is up. You know, so you gotta fucking spend your time wisely. Like, it's deathly important. Like, time is probably the most important thing you got in your fucking life. You know, and being that, what, next week is fucking Father's Day, you know, that shit is coming up. You know, one of the most important things that you can give your children as a father is time. You know, it's the most important thing in the world. Any relationship that you in, you got a girlfriend, a wife, boyfriend, husband, even your friends. The most important thing you can give any person is time. Like, nigga, you could be a fucking multi-millionaire, nigga. It's all types of shit that you can give people that it could be appreciated or it couldn't. But the one thing that most people always appreciate is time. And if they don't, you got to get them the fuck out your life. You know, like something that I always preach on here, something that I always talk about, you know, publicly, privately, and otherwise, is the fact that I don't answer my fucking phone. You know, and one of the reasons is the value that I hold on my time. I do not allow motherfuckers to waste my time. And it's no offense to the motherfuckers who I don't answer when they call my phone. But at the same time, it's like, my nigga, I have to prioritize my time. And the crazy shit is, the whole reason that I'm doing this episode is that I haven't been spending my time as wisely as I feel like I should. Like, I've been kind of overworking myself. Like, I think it was either Saturday. Yeah, I think it was Saturday. I was supposed to do a live with Coffee with Kendra. Shout out to Coffee with Kendra. Oh yeah, my motherfucking sounds ain't on. See, I'm fucked up. It's morning time, nigga. I'm not no morning person. But yeah, I was supposed to do a live with Coffee with Kendra. I was supposed to do a show with Bet the House podcast. Like, I've been busy. I've been running around, my nigga. I've been doing a lot of work, like, and I always say this shit, like, as truck drivers, we got a saying, like, if you don't shut your body down, your body gonna shut you down. And Saturday, when I was supposed to do they shows, nigga, my body shut me down. Nigga, that motherfucker hit the stop button on me. Like, nigga, if you don't get rest, your body gonna rest for you, or your ass gonna be resting in peace. So you gotta prioritize getting some motherfucking sleep. Like, you gotta prioritize laying down. You gotta prioritize chilling out. At least just for your motherfucking health. Mental health and physical health, because sleep is fucking important, dog. Like, nigga, you gotta chill. You gotta prioritize that shit. You gotta prioritize time with your fucking family. You gotta prioritize just time for yourself. Like, your time is very fucking important. Like, a lot of times as motherfuckers in, any game, like us as hustlers, us as men, us as adults, period, men and women, a lot of times we get caught up in a cycle of fucking hustling. Like, there's this culture, especially like in the motivational circles, of people, the grind culture, like, oh, team, no sleep. I'm up all night. I'm grinding. I'm chasing this money. I'm hustling. I'm on the grind. And it's all about, running and chasing this motherfucking bag. But it's like, nigga, sometimes you gotta, like, slow your ass down. Relax. Enjoy the motherfucking moment that you in. Because you'll fuck around and look up and realize you've been doing all that motherfucking racing and running and ripping. You get to the finish line and realize, nigga, I ran a long race and I didn't even get to enjoy none of the shit. I did an episode about that shit called Yellow Brick Road, where I basically was talking about enjoying the journey. But, like, the thing is, as far as, like, me personally and what's been going on with me is I've been enjoying my journey a little too much. Like, in this podcast and shit, like, nigga, shout out to the New Normal 2 podcast. I did her show. The Raw Sex podcast. Motherfucking, and of course, shit, who else? I said New Normal, Raw Sex, and She Gets It pod. I learned a lot fucking with the She Gets It pod. Like, big shout out to She Gets It podcast. Like, I think she gonna release our episode today or tomorrow. But, like, she was just giving me some little jewels and shit about, like, branding and, driving all the traffic to certain places and different platforms I could use. Like, I learned a lot from her. Like, shout out to her. I hope she hear this shit, man. She a fucking beast. Y'all check out the She Gets It podcast. But, we was talking and she said something, and a lot of shit, like, just the way my mind works. Somebody could say something very small to me and it'd be very big. Like, we was talking about merchandise, because I was telling her, like, I want to put out some Too Much Game sunglasses, maybe some champagne glasses and shit like that, like things that I'm known for. And she was like, you just got to set aside a day to do merch. And I'm like, damn, you know what? That shit makes sense like a motherfucker. But it's like, to me, the way that shit hit me was just like, damn, like, I got to set aside time to do a grip of shit. Because, like, my wife was complaining this week, like, damn, nigga, it's like, nigga, all you do is go to work, get off work, and you get straight to content. Like, you doing podcasts, you doing Instagram Live, you doing this, you doing that, you running around, then you run errands, you fall asleep, and you go back to work. It's like we don't even see you and shit. And mind you, nigga, I do this motherfucking podcast in my motherfucking house. I be home all the fucking time. but it's possible for you to be present but not present. It's possible for you to be around somebody but not with somebody. So like that shit like caught me this morning. Like I woke up this morning and like honestly, yesterday I probably could have did the show. Saturday I probably could have did the show. But like I be saying sometimes, I really don't be having shit to talk about every now and then. Like sometimes I'll literally not have a show. But this morning, just the way that my week has culminated up until the point of me waking up this morning, that shit hit me like a ton of bricks. Like I literally woke up and had my whole show written before I hopped up out the motherfucking bed. Like I literally opened my eyes and was like, time management. Like that's what the fuck I'm gonna talk about. Like my time been all fucked up. Like my wife been fucking getting on my head about actually using my fucking calendar app. Cause I got a calendar app in my phone that tells me like, okay, Tuesday you gotta do this, Thursday you gotta do this, Wednesday, Friday, all the days of the week. But I haven't been using it as efficiently as I should. Like, I have certain shit scheduled. Like, like I said, shout out to the She Gets It podcast, cause I really fuck with how efficient she is, how professional she is. Like the way that she did her shit, like she hit me up probably like 2 weeks prior to us getting on the microphone. We talked about the date, we talked about the content, and then when we got on the shit, what's going on, Barbie Way podcast? But like right after we got done talking about that shit, she got my email address. She sent me an email with an invitation to do the show. And in that invitation, like it went straight to my calendar. So it scheduled me without me even having to do it. Even though right after the conversation, I put this shit in my calendar. So it was like double booked on that shit. But like just the professionalism for her to go that extra step to remind me to do the fucking show, I really fucked with that. Like I like the way she gets down. She real solid with her fucking business. But like little shit like that, it's like I really gotta learn to prioritize my time well. Like something that like I was telling my wife, like, as far as my personal life, like if y'all know, I took some time off and shit, a couple months ago because my father was in the hospital. He had a cerebral stroke. And a big part of, why he feels like that and I feel like he had that stroke was because my dad was taking on too many projects at the same time. Like my dad is a gifted fucking mechanic. So he's in high fucking demand. A lot of people want my dad to, work on their stuff. So he was just taking on project after project. And, like I was talking about enjoying the journey, like he's passionate about that shit. He enjoys that shit. That's how I feel about podcasting. Like I've been in high demand, not tooting my own fucking horn, but a lot of motherfuckers want me to do their show. So I've been doing a lot of fucking shows. I've been doing a lot of content. I've been doing Instagram live multiple times. And it's like I really gotta learn to chill the fuck out. Like I'm really gonna have to start like putting a cap on the tasks that I take on. As much as I enjoy doing this shit, nigga, I'd do this shit all day if I could. But at the same time, nigga, I also work a 14-hour motherfucking work day. There's only 24 hours in a day. I work 14. A human fucking being is supposed to sleep 8. Nigga, 14 and 8, nigga, that's goddamn 22 fucking hours, my nigga. So that leaves 2 hours out of my fucking day, realistically for me to be moving and grooving. But shit, nigga, I be spending sometimes 2 and 3 hours podcasting and then maybe an hour or two fucking with my family. And then I be trying to get like 5 hours of sleep, which ain't even really healthy. Like, nigga, I'm wearing myself motherfucking thin. And us as human beings, nigga, I ain't the only one. That's the reason that I'm doing this show. Like, nigga, I don't do this show for me, nigga. If I was talking to myself, I wouldn't even turn the goddamn microphone on. Like I'm talking to motherfuckers who I feel like I could help, because I know I ain't the only motherfucker out here running behind time. Nigga, my pops ended up in the motherfucking hospital, and I know it ain't just me and him. I know it's a lot of motherfuckers out here grinding their motherfucking life away. And I know that's something that's romanticized in the motherfucking culture. Oh man, you a grinder, man, you a hustler, you a hard worker. And that's cool and shit, my nigga. But it's like, what if you did all this grinding and hustling and fucking all this shit to chase this motherfucking money, you get hit by a bus and die? All that motherfucking grind wasted. Like, nigga, you gotta take time for yourself. You gotta take time to motherfucking smell the roses, my nigga. Watch the motherfucking sunrise or sunset, depending on what your schedule look like. Time to kick it with your motherfucking kids. Time to laugh. Time to watch cartoons, eat ice cream. Just do some shit that you fucking enjoy. Like, even if you enjoy the grind that you on, because that's my thing. Like, I enjoy this content shit. Like, I like this is my hobby, my nigga. Like, this is my getaway. This is my escape. Like, when I want to do something, I'll jump on and have conversation with other content creators. Like, that's the shit that honestly is fun to me. But at the same time, like I said, nigga, I'm a father, my nigga. Like, I gotta take some time to kick it with my motherfucking kids. I'm a husband. I gotta take time to kick it with my motherfucking wife. Sometimes I just gotta take time to just incubate, meditate, vegetate, turn everything off and just relax in this motherfucking boom boom room, collect my thoughts, my nigga. Just think sometimes. Turn everything off and just sit and while the room is dimly lit and just reflect on shit. Like, sometimes that's like some important shit. Like, that's some shit that I gotta do. Fortunately, like, I have a job where I could low key do that. Like, as a truck driver, sometimes when I'm driving on the road at nighttime, I just turn everything off. Like, for the most part, I listen to podcasts. Like, she asked me, or I'm talking about the She Gets It podcast. She had asked me, like, what's the top 3 podcasts you listen to? And I was like, nigga, honestly, besides myself, I listen to everybody I fuck with. Like, the Joe Budden podcast used to be my favorite podcast till he did that whole shit. I can't fuck with whole niggas. I don't like whole shit. So I stopped listening to that shit. But, like, my favorite podcast, honestly, is all the people who I fuck with. Like I told her, I named off probably like 5 or 10 shows. And the thing is, it's really more than that. Like, everybody who I fuck with, I really be listening to that shit. Like, one of my favorite episodes I heard this week was the Barbie Way podcast. Shout out to her, man. Her shit was dope. But, like, regularly, I listen to a lot of people's shit. Like, I listen to, probably first and foremost, the Rosie Perspective podcast, because y'all know that's my motherfucking home girl. The Q Chat podcast, the Say It Loud podcast, Bet the House podcast, Frocast, Life Unplugged podcast, the Cool Out Corner, the Drew Heard Me podcast. Nigga, if you could hear this motherfucking shit, clutch, man, you need to fucking do some episodes. But like, nigga, the Sports for You podcast, Townhouse Media motherfucking family, the No Rules podcast, my other podcast, the Cat vs. Dog podcast. Like, I listen to so much shit. Like, if I didn't say your name, my bad, but nigga, you not excluded. Nigga, if we have fucking conversation, nigga, the ladies lair, I listen to y'all. I listen to So Problematic. Nigga, fucking Unprofessional Opinion. Nigga, I listen to a gang of shit. Like I said, I work a 14-hour workday, so literally my whole workday, I'm listening to everybody fucking show as I'm up and down this motherfucking road. I listen to my shit 2 or 3 times though, just because it's like athletes who watch game film. Like, I want to hear where I fuck up at, where I'm strong, where I'm weak, what I do right, what I do wrong. Like, it's just certain shit that, as me, a content creator, like, I really like to make sure that the product that I put forth is the best that it could be. So I listen to my shit all the fucking time. And not on no cocky shit, but it's my favorite, my nigga. But how could it not be? If you don't feel like your shit is the shit, why you even doing it? Nigga, I enjoy my motherfucking show. I ain't even gonna bullshit with you. Nigga, sometimes I be listening to my own shit cheering me on. You know, and I talk about that shit to motherfuckers all the time. Like, nigga, you gotta be your own biggest fan. You gonna have enough motherfuckers hating on you. You got enough motherfuckers in the world that's gonna tell you you ain't shit. Oh, it ain't that good. Oh, you need to work on this. Nigga, sometimes you gotta be your own fan. Nigga, you gotta cheer for your goddamn self. You know, so me sometimes, nigga, like, I'll just be like, hey, nigga, fuck it. You did your shit on this one, Dola. Nigga, and I have episodes that I think be whack. Like, that shit was some bullshit. But I gotta listen to it. I gotta go through it. I gotta hear it so I could be like, nigga, you gonna get them next week, though. Next week, you on they motherfucking ass. You know, and like with me, I honestly feel like I should do better every single time. You know, nigga, this is what, my 106th episode. I've been doing this shit for a long motherfucking time, my nigga. Like, nigga, this is year 2.5. Like, in January, I'll be 3 years deep in this motherfucker, my nigga. Like, a motherfucker I gotta be my biggest fan. I gotta also be my biggest critic, my nigga. I'm the coach, the GM, nigga, the cameraman, the motherfucking editor. Like, nigga, I do all this shit by my motherfucking self. Like, nigga, it's Townhouse Media, my nigga. Y'all see that logo all the motherfucking time. Like, nigga, shout out to the super producer. You know, he started all this shit. But as far as now, I'm a one-man band, nigga. I do all this motherfucking shit, nigga. Like, nigga, I upload, I edit, nigga. I set up all my motherfucking appointments. I do a lot of shit. And that's the reason that I'm doing this motherfucking episode. Because it's like, nigga, prioritizing your motherfucking time is a priceless fucking skill. Like, that's some shit that is underrated. A lot of motherfuckers don't prioritize their time correctly, and that's the reason that they not where they should be in life. That's the reason they not getting the best out of their relationships. My bad. Nigga, you know, that's why they not getting the best out of work. That's the reason they not getting the best output of they self. They not getting the best performances that they can put on in anything. Because they not spending their time right. Whether that be motherfuckers who are lazy or motherfuckers who too busy. Because the thing is, you know, everybody shits on lazy people and they big up hard workers. But I know a lot of motherfuckers that's busy as a motherfucker and ain't getting shit done. Like, nigga, I know a million motherfuckers, nigga, they not lazy at all. They still broke as a motherfucker. They ain't lazy at all. They still ain't getting shit done. Like, nigga, being busy and ineffective is fucking stupid. You know, like, that's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like, you gotta be efficient with your time. Like, nigga, I could do 4 hours of work and you can do 12 hours of work, and I could get more done than you because I'm being more efficient. You know, like, that's the thing. Like, you gotta be efficient with your time. You gotta fucking budget your time. Like how you'll budget your money. Like, what's that motherfucker name? Damn, Dave Ramsey. You know, he like the money guy. Like, he the motherfucker that tell people by doing like budget binders and shit like that. You know, fucking with your credit and things of that nature. Nigga, you it's way more important to budget your fucking time. Like, yeah, it's cool to budget your money, but like I said, you can get money anywhere, my nigga. Like, you can hit a lick and get some money. You can beg and get money. Nigga, on your birthday, you could put your Cash App link in your bio. Niggas will send you money. Like, money will come from everywhere, my nigga. You'll never know where money will come from or how money will come. You hit the lottery, one of your motherfucking grandparents died, leave you a lot of money. Fuck money. Money cool, you need that shit, but at the same time, my nigga, you'll die with that shit. Nigga, you can't buy time back. So it's always better to spend your time well. It's always better to be efficient with your fucking time. Because, nigga, if you fuck your time off, that shit is gone. Nigga, when it's time for you to die, it's time. It ain't no way for you to stop that. Nigga, they'll be like, hey, we finna turn your lights off. You can tell somebody, hey, man, they finna turn my lights off. They'll give you some money. Nigga, that you finna lose your house. Nigga, you put something on fucking Facebook, or you go do some government program that give you some money to save your house. You know, it's a lot of shit that money will solve. But when you run out of time, that shit is gone. Nigga, once that clock strikes 0, You can't score no more points. Nigga, once that clock strikes zero, nigga, you can't overturn no fouls. You can't get no calls called back, nigga. You can't get no more yards, no more touchdowns, home runs, none of that shit. That shit is over. When it's time for you to die, nigga, you're dead. That's game, my nigga. So it's like, while you here, while you have time, nigga, you gotta use that shit wisely, dog. Like, you don't want your kids to grow up and be like, Dad, you never spent time with us. You was always working. Dad, you never spent time with us. You was always hustling. Dad, you never spent time with us. You was always doing podcasts. Like, little shit like that, because I think about my own dad and what he did in my life growing up. And that was always my thing. Time, nigga. Like men in general. Like I said, Father's Day next week. I probably should be saving this shit, but fuck it, nigga. I don't hold back no game. Like, as a father, my nigga, time is the most important thing you can give your motherfucking kids. More than anything. Fuck a bike. Fuck a PlayStation 5. Fuck a Xbox Series X. Fuck all them gifts and toys and taking them to motherfucking Disneyland and paying for all that shit. Like, nigga, kids don't give a fuck about that shit, my nigga. I know niggas who broke as a motherfucker and they way better fathers than niggas got money because they willing to spend time. Nigga, that's the most important thing you can do as a fucking father is spend time, my nigga. Time is like the greatest shit in the world to children when it comes to a father, my nigga. Like, a lot of shit they might not remember. They might not remember you taking them to fucking Magic Mountain or Six Flags or wherever the fuck you live at. They might not remember the Disneyland trip. They might not remember all the little bullshit that you did for them. They might not remember you buying them some Jordans on their birthday, but they gonna remember how much time you spent. They gonna remember the things that you did in that time that you spent with them. Like, time is important as a motherfucker. Like, valuing your time is important in a motherfucker. Like I said, I don't answer my phone for a lot of motherfuckers because I value my time. I tell niggas that shit all the time, nigga. Don't waste my motherfucking time. Don't be having me on the phone talking bullshit. My time is too important for that shit. I can't get that time back. I had a conversation with one of my homeboys and that shit made me stop answering my motherfucking phone. Cause we was on the phone for like 2 fucking hours and in my head, I'm like, I ain't never gonna get that time back. I sat there talking for 2 hours to this nigga about not a goddamn thing. Nothing important. I didn't learn shit. He ain't learned shit. We ain't gonna make no money from that shit. That was 2 fucking hours just thrown into the goddamn trash can. Never again will I ever do that. Nigga, I do not let motherfuckers waste my time. I literally rather send your ass $100 and say get the fuck out of my face, cause I can get that 100 back. I ain't gonna get that 2 hours back. And like, this is something, nigga, when I first started making good money at work. Like, nigga, when a motherfucker wanna do some shit that costs my time, it's always like, nigga, at this point, nigga, my time is worth like $35 an hour. So if you finna be on my fucking phone for 2 hours and we ain't talking about shit, nigga, you owe me $70. Like, that's the way I'm treating my time. Like, but at the same time, I slip up. I haven't been spending my time correctly. And sidebar. This fucking apple cider is delicious. It's great. I love apple cider. But I'm burping like a motherfucker on this shit. I'm fucking up, nigga. I'm gassing, but I'm gassy. That's some bullshit. But anyway, nigga, back to what I'm talking about. Like, nigga, don't let nobody waste your motherfucking time. Cause I keep saying me, but the way this show work, I want this shit for y'all. Like, don't allow niggas to waste your motherfucking time. And like, something that I hear a lot in the dating scene, like in the dating game, like, women a lot of times talk about dudes wasting their time. Like, oh, I was with this nigga for 4 years. Oh, he wasted my time. That nigga didn't waste your time. He taught you a lesson. He taught you what not to fuck with. A lot of times in relationships, a lot of that shit ain't time wasted. As long as you learned a lesson, you didn't waste your fucking time. As long as you enjoy what the fuck went on, you didn't waste your time. The only time you wasting your time is when you not learning shit. And like, that's something that I walk around with all the time. Like, it's a lot of shit that happened to me that wasn't in my favor. It wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't something that I felt like went the way I wanted it to. But a lot of times, nigga, it was a lesson, so it was valuable. I value all my exes. Like, I'm not mad at none of my exes. I don't regret none of my exes. Like, I'm happy that I dealt with them because they taught me what I don't want. They taught me what I shouldn't tolerate. They taught me shit about myself. Like, they taught me problems that I personally have, like shit that I need to get over, shit that I shouldn't be doing, shit that I shouldn't be accepting, all types of shit. So it's like, nigga, I look at these motherfuckers as a learning experience. They wasn't a waste of my time. But the reason that we couldn't be together a lot of time was the value that I have for my time. Because some of my exes would tell you that nigga dumped me for nothing. In their eyes, I dumped him for nothing. But my thing was, I didn't dump you for no fucking reason, nigga. I dumped you because I'm too old to be dealing with your bullshit. I'm too young to be dealing with somebody who I don't feel like is gonna be a forever situation. Like, again, this is something that, as people who value their time, like I've been telling women this shit probably since I've been podcasting. Like, nigga, once you realize this nigga is not the one, you should walk away. That's something that I've done. That's something that, even though a lot of my exes are mad at me for it, that's something that I do. If once I realize, like, you ain't the one I want to have kids with, you ain't the one I want to marry, you ain't the one I want to spend my life with, let's just cut it right here. Like, let's not waste each other time. Let's rip the fucking band-aid off before the motherfucking heal onto your body. Like, nigga, while it's still fresh, while the wound is still bleed, let's just cut it right here. Like, let me just snatch that motherfucker off. Because the longer we stay together, the more it's gonna hurt when we break up. So let's just split now. We not finna get married. We not finna have kids. Let's just get the fuck out each other fucking way. Like, nigga, I'm holding up your soulmate's place and you holding up mine. So let's just get the fuck away from each other. We are wasting each other's time. Like, once we realize that this shit is not nothing that's gonna last, let's just cut this shit. Because time is important. I don't want to be sitting with your ass for 5 or 10 years. I done met 2 or 3 women who was potential real shit, and I'm sitting here with your goofy ass bullshitting because we ain't done nothing worth breaking up. Because, like, my relationships don't be ending on big shit. Nigga, the motherfucker who I broke up with before I got with my wife, I literally broke up with her because I realized that my wife was the one. Nothing more. She didn't cheat on me. I didn't cheat on her. Nigga, we didn't have no big ass fight. Nigga, we didn't have no physical fucking violence. Nigga, I fell in love with somebody. And, like, she was just like, you're my girlfriend. Like, that is gonna be my wife. I'm not gonna waste your time sitting here going through the fucking motions while I'm in love with a whole nother fucking person. And the thing was, it wasn't even a situation where, like, me and my wife was like canoodling and shit. I literally broke up with my ex to approach my wife. And it wasn't a thing where it was like, oh, you dumped me because of this. Like, nope. To this day, in her eyes, I just dumped her for nothing. In her eyes, I literally cheated on her. Like, you won't be able to convince her that I wasn't fucking with my wife on the side while me and her was together. But that wasn't the case. Nigga, I broke up with her before I even spoke to my wife. And that's just the truth. But that's because back in that day, nigga, I value my motherfucking time. Like, I tell women that shit, dog. Like, nigga, if a nigga not gonna do what the fuck you want him to do or do what you feel he should do to be with you, you ain't the motherfucking one. It ain't nothing you gonna be able to do to make yourself the one. Cause my ex, the one that I left to be with my wife, excellent fucking woman. Great person. Great girlfriend. Everything that I like done, she did. She was fucking fantastic. She cooked, cleaned, prioritized me, always made me feel like a great person. She always, spoke positivity to me and all that shit, but she wasn't the one. Like, that's the fucking thing. Just as people, dog, Everybody who good on paper ain't good. Everybody who does the right shit not the right one. And that's the fucking thing. Like, you know, it's a lot of motherfuckers that's in relationships and you just running on a motherfucking treadmill. Like, well, he does all this good shit. Well, you know, he takes care of me, but you don't even love him. You in love with a whole nother motherfucker. You know, you another motherfucker across town got your coochie bubbling. Got your shit moist as a motherfucker and your nigga just sitting in the bed. And you fucking with him because, you know, he take care of the bills. He a good dad, or, you know, he a good this and he a good that, but he don't give you that fuzzy feeling like the nigga across town. You might as well make that move, dog. You wasting your fucking time. You wasting his fucking time. You know, because that's the thing. At that point, you're wasting time. Once the lesson is learned, you move the fuck on. Nigga, once you got what you need out of a situation, you move the fuck on. Any time spent after you realize that what it is what it is, you gotta move the fuck on. No matter how much it hurt, no matter how much you gonna feel like the asshole or the dickhead or the bad person, you gotta do that shit. Because at the end of the day, you wasting your time and that person's time being in a loveless relationship, you know, or just sticking around because of loyalty or because of what you think people gonna say. Nigga, sometimes you just gotta make that fucking move because your time is fucking important. You wasting your fucking time and you can't get that back. You can't get your 20s back. Like, I be hearing women say that shit a lot. Like, they be like 35 and 40 talking about they wasted their 20s on their ex-husband. Oh, we was together for 10 years. I wasted my whole 20s on this nigga. I knew he wasn't the one. You're bad. And that's the fucked up thing, my nigga. Like, time is that fucking important. You gonna fuck your 20s off on somebody because they was taking care of you and they was paying bills and you thought that was all it was, and it's fucked up because that's a hard fucking lesson to learn. But that's a lesson that a lot of us fucking learn. Nigga, time is important. You can't get that shit back. You can't win a lottery and get no more time. You can't rob a bank for time. Nigga, nothing is gonna give you more time. Money, you get that shit all motherfucking day. Friends, you can replenish everything in life. You can replenish. You can get another wife. You can make more kids. You can get more friends. People. A lot of this shit in life is replaceable. Motherfuckers done house burnt down, got another house. Crashed the car, got another house. Dog got ran over by a fucking car, got another dog. Like, a lot of shit is replaceable. But time, oh, you ain't getting none of that shit back. Nigga, when it's time for you to clock the fuck out, it's time for you to clock the fuck out. Nigga, when God call you home, or Allah, Buddha, I don't know, nigga, Chuck Norris, whoever you fucking worship, nigga, when they call you home, it's time to take your ass home. Nigga, there ain't gonna be shit you can do about it, my nigga. When that nigga with them black eyeballs come and touch your fucking forehead like he did Uncle Charles, it's time to go to the crossroads. Nigga, you ain't gonna be able to negotiate your way out of that shit. You ain't gonna be able to talk your way out of that shit. You ain't gonna be able to put yourself on no payment plan. Like, you ain't gonna be like, hey, God, look. Nigga, let me just die on Thursday. Nigga, just let me get like 6 or 7 more days, my nigga. You know, my daughter, her plane got delayed. So wait till my daughter get here to the hospital, you know, before you call me home. You know, I'm not ready to go to the light yet. It don't work like that. When it's time to go, it's time to go. So while you down on this motherfucker and you got time, or at least the amount of time that you think you got, because none of us know when our number gonna get called. So, nigga, while your number is still moving and grooving, like, nigga, you gotta prioritize your time. You have to spend your fucking time efficiently, whether that be the time that it takes to make money, the time that it takes to spend with your family, friends, and loved ones, or time that it takes for you to spend with yourself. Because, you know, like I tell y'all, nigga, I quote the Bible a lot, my nigga. I'm not a Christian, but I've read the Bible a few times. Like, nigga, there's a time to live, a time to die, time to kill, time to all that shit. You know, the Bible talks about the prioritization of time. Time is very fucking important, my nigga. Like, nigga, while you here, nigga, you gotta spend your time well. As a grinder, as a hustler, as a worker. Like me, I'm a truck driver. I got a job. And I do podcasting. I do a lot of this motherfucking shit. I do a lot of fucking content. I'm in demand. That's a blessing. Thank you to everybody who ever asked me to be on your show. It's an honor and a fucking privilege. But, nigga, I'm really finna have to start like budgeting that shit, my nigga. Like, I'm really finna have to start parking some of that shit. You know, and it's no offense. Like, I'm really finna have to start being like, look, my nigga, I can't do this week. What next week look like? Because the way it be working right now, my nigga, niggas be like, hey, man, could you do tomorrow? Hey, man, could you do my show Tuesday? Hey, man, could you do my show Friday? Hey, man, could you do my show? And it's like, yeah, of course. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times, nigga, it be times I'm supposed to be asleep. It's times I'm supposed to be in the fucking bed. It's times I got motherfucking errands to run. It's shit I gotta do, nigga. I got my own goddamn show I gotta do. But I be like, nigga, if you want me to do your show, hell yeah, I'll do that shit, my nigga. And I gotta slow that shit the fuck down, my nigga. Like, nigga, I'm not finna end up in a motherfucking hospital bed because I can't say no. You know, that's what happened to my pops, my nigga. He said that shit out his own mouth. Like, nigga, the reason I'm fucking sitting here is because I couldn't say no. I will not allow history to repeat itself, my nigga. That shit out. Like, I gotta prioritize my motherfucking time. You know, and like I tell motherfuckers, when it come to me not answering my phone, me not fucking with certain niggas, me backing up out of certain situations, it's never no fucking offense. It's just, nigga, my time is fucking important. And I tell people, you know, your time should be important too, my nigga. Like, you should be valuing your motherfucking time like I value mine. Nigga, you shouldn't allow me to waste your motherfucking time. If you feel like something I'm doing is wasting your motherfucking time, nigga, by all means, you ain't gotta fuck with me. You ain't gotta call me. You ain't gotta talk to me, nigga. If you calling my motherfucking phone and you feel like I ain't gonna answer that motherfucker anyway, don't waste your motherfucking time. If it's meant for us to speak, we'll speak. If I want to talk to you, I'll call you. And if you don't answer the fucking phone, I'm not offended neither, my nigga. Because we grown. And that's the motherfucking thing about fucking adults, nigga. That's something that a mature fucking human being should just understand, my nigga. We got lives, nigga. We got kids, jobs, nigga, obligations, things going on, family members and shit. Like, nigga, you never know what another motherfucker going through. So, nigga, you can't be playing with another motherfucker's time. And again, like, that's another fucking jewel that the She Gets It podcast dropped on me. Like, she was like, nigga, I do not like wasting people motherfucking time. I don't like being late. I don't like when motherfuckers is late on my show because I value my time. I value their time. Like, nigga, I'm a big fan of the She Gets It podcast. I'm a big fan of her as a host. I'm a big fan of her show. But, like, I really enjoy the way she gets down business-wise. Nigga, she's a motherfucking beast. Y'all check her out, nigga. As a motherfucking podcast and as a podcaster, my nigga. Like, she's a cold motherfucker. You know, like, I really enjoy her. You know, because she understands the value of time. Whether it be hers or the time of other people. Like, nigga, we all podcasters, dog. Like, we all do this shit. So we should all understand that we all got a life outside this shit that we doing. You know, and it's like, nigga, it's some bullshit to waste a nigga time. You know, I done did shows where, nigga, we turned the mics on and then we was just bullshitting, or, you know, a motherfucker like, yeah, man, we're gonna do it on this time. Then, you know, I'm sitting there ready, microphone set up and all that shit, and it's like, oh, let me get this ready. Let me get this together. Let me get this together. Like, nigga, I'm like, all right, dog, we gonna reschedule this. I'll holler at you later. Like, nigga, time is important, my nigga. Like, I tell my wife this shit a lot. Like, the reason that I fucking hate Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, because there be a line sometimes. Like, you go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, my nigga, sometimes you go to the restaurant and they like, oh, it's a 2-hour wait. Like, nigga, what? For some fucking food that ain't even that goddamn good? You got me all the way fucked up. Nigga, you got me fucked up, down, left, right, A B select start, nigga. Like, you got me fucked all the way up, nigga. I'm not finna wait no 2 hours for no motherfucking chicken that ain't that goddamn good. Nigga, you got me twisted. My wife be like, babe, but I like Roscoe's. Like, nigga, I will literally go next door to Kentucky Fried Chicken and be full and sleep in the car by the time you even get sat down to eat. Fuck these niggas. Like, my time is way too important to be wasted sitting in front of motherfucking Roscoe's with a bunch of niggas taking pictures of the sign and say they got there. I ain't the motherfucking one. I hate wasting my goddamn time. Especially because, nigga, and this is just me personally, nigga, I got fucking PTSD, my nigga, from being a child. I fucking hate waiting in lines in general because I was on the county. Nigga, when I was little, nigga, I don't know what y'all niggas call it where y'all from, but in Southern California, we called that shit the county. Welfare, food stamps, government assistance, however the fuck you niggas call it. Nigga, when I was on government assistance, nigga, we had to go to the county office and wait in line for my mom to talk to the fucking social worker person to do whatever the fuck she had to do for us to get our motherfucking food stamps. Nigga, we will be in line for, it felt like hours upon hours. Me as a child, nigga, it was me, my sister, my two brothers. It was 4 of us, nigga, sitting in the motherfucking county office, nigga. Big ass waste of time. I hate that shit. Nigga, I don't like wasting my time for shit. I don't like wasting my motherfucking time for anyone. So even if I got the utmost of love for you, even if I got respect for you, one thing I'm not gonna let you do is waste my motherfucking time. That shit is out. I don't like seeing motherfuckers allow motherfuckers to waste their time. You know, like if me and my wife is going somewhere, I don't like being late because I don't like wasting motherfuckers' time. I don't like for me to be going somewhere and the motherfucker make me late because I feel like that shit is wasting my time. Because like I said, my nigga, when it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. Nigga, when that motherfucking clock strikes whatever the fuck it strikes on for your ass to get struck down, that's gonna be it. You can't get no time back. So every time I'm sitting here wasting my time talking shit with a nigga about nothing, you know, every time, you know, back in the day when I was, you know, in my young single days as a young nigga talking to a bitch I knew wasn't finna give me no pussy. Like, this bitch is wasting my fucking time. And I tell niggas that shit. Like, nigga, I used to get called stuck up when I was single. Because when I would be talking to a woman and she'd be like, oh, you know, you ain't gonna get no pussy, or, you know, we ain't gonna do nothing. All right, click, hang up on her motherfucking ass. And she'll call back, why you hang up? Because if we ain't fucking, what we on the phone for? What the fuck is we talking about? Oh, we just getting to know each other. Why the fuck would I want to know you if I can't fuck you? All I want to do is fuck you. I don't want to know you. I got a bunch of fucking friends. I got homeboys. I got cousins. I'm cool with my mom. Bitch, why do I want to be talking to you if we ain't finna be fucking? You're wasting my time. Yeah, I'm an asshole. But so fucking what, my nigga? Sometimes you gotta be that. Because, nigga, you want to be a live asshole or a dead good guy? You know, like, that's the thing just in society in general. A lot of us are afraid to be an asshole sometimes. You know, a lot of motherfuckers get into this cycle of being a fucking people pleaser. Like, you doing all this shit to please other people. Like, you don't want to disappoint nobody. You don't want to let nobody down. You don't want to tell nobody no. But you are literally killing yourself. You know, like, my dad was like a big fucking example when he went to the hospital. Cause it was like, damn, this motherfucker really literally damn near worked himself to death. Like, literally. Like, he was working so much, this nigga damn near died. Because he couldn't say no to nobody. He couldn't turn down no tasks. He couldn't say, nah, bro, I gotta chill this week. Or, you know, nah, nigga, I gotta take some time off, my nigga. Nah, you know, cause like, you know, we Harley Davidson riders, my nigga. I ride a Road King. My dad ride a fucking electric glide. My cousin ride a street glide. Like, we ride Harleys, my nigga. Nigga, my dad was so busy working on them motherfuckers, we ain't never get to ride. Like, nigga, my dad taught me how to ride a Harley. And we might have rolled together one time. What's going on, Ladies Lair podcast? I just mentioned y'all, so go back and listen so y'all can hear y'all name. But yeah, like nigga, this nigga spent so much time working on bikes, nigga. We never got to ride together like we should have. And it's like, nigga, like you gotta prioritize your motherfucking time as an adult to spend time with those that you love, to spend time doing things that you want to do. Spend time, doing things with people that you love, people that you fuck with. Because like I said, like you don't want to look up and get that, oh, you never spend time with us. Like, like I said, nigga, as a father, my nigga, I got kids. Like, nigga, I never want to hear my kids say that I didn't spend time with them because of some bullshit. Especially because, dog, like I said, nigga, time is the most important thing that you have to give a child as a father. Like, that's literally like your currency as a father, your time. Fuck buying some Jordans, fuck buying video games and toys and shit. Kids, they gon' yay, daddy bought me a fucking PlayStation. Yeah, that's cool. But trust me, dog, they gon' value that time way more. Once that shit becomes important, once they grow up and really start understanding life, your time is gonna be the thing that they value more than anything. And the thing is about a father, and I talked about this shit with that She Gets It pod. Like, my nigga, like you could literally spend time not even doing shit with your kids and they'll appreciate that shit. Like, nigga, there's times my son literally just want me to sit there and watch him play Grand Theft Auto. Like, Dad, could you chill in here while I play Legos? Or my daughter, like, she do ballet and dancing and shit. So she like, oh, Daddy, can you watch me, do these flips or, do these dance moves, do this little spin move and shit. Like, nigga, they don't ask much of me as a father. So the least I could do is spend that little bit of fucking time. But the way that I can pull this off is I have to myself prioritize my time. Like something that I've made a very strong stance on with everybody who I know, who I fuck with, even niggas who I don't know, just people who I associate with, my nigga. Like, I don't fucking answer my phone when I'm with my family. I don't engage with niggas while I'm with my family. Like, if I'm at home and I'm playing with my kids, I for damn sure ain't answering my phone. I don't give a fuck what you want to talk about. Text me and I'll holler at you later. And sometimes, nigga, and I mean that shit like even with work. Like, even my job call me. Boop. I'm with my motherfucking family, nigga. Y'all gonna have to kiss my ass for about 2 hours. Because I prioritize my motherfucking time with them. But like I said, nigga, like this motherfucking week, this from fucking like June 5th to June 12th or whatever the fuck this week was, I haven't been doing that, nigga. I've been doing podcast. Now I've been did fucking 10 goddamn shows this week. I've been falling behind. I've been motherfucking tripping. And like I said, nigga, I was supposed to do Coffee with Kendra and Bet the House podcast, my nigga, but I was dog tired. Nigga, Saturday, nigga, my body was like, chill, nigga. Cause that's the thing. Like I said, nigga, if you don't shut down, if you don't prioritize your time, if you don't budget your time, nigga, trust me, your body gonna stop you. Nigga, if you don't say, let me chill, nigga, your body gonna say, chill. Your body gonna sit you the fuck down. And that's what happened to me. So like I said, nigga, from this point forward, nigga, I am going to budget my time better. I'm going to be much more efficient with my time. What I'm telling y'all as listeners, as niggas in this live, niggas watching on YouTube, and motherfuckers listening across all streaming platforms, whether that be Spotify, Apple, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, fucking Pandora, Amazon, whatever the fuck you listen to this shit on. Prioritize your time, my nigga. Value your motherfucking time. Nigga, be efficient with your fucking time. Budget your time. Get a fucking daily planner. Get a calendar. Use that shit. Like, nigga, really, like, sit down and say, okay, what all do I have to do for today? And budget your motherfucking time out. Okay, I gotta do this in the morning. I gotta do this shit in the afternoon. Like, nigga, it was times, nigga, last week, nigga, I was double booking and shit. Like, oh, damn, I gotta do this podcast, but I done already told these niggas last week, I was gonna do this one. So now I got 2 podcasts simultaneously that I gotta do. I gotta tell niggas, hey man, can we do that shit at 6 instead of 5? Cause I forgot I gotta do this motherfucker right here. Oh, can we do this motherfucker at 9? Now I'm fucking up daytime. Like them niggas done already set an appointment for this fucking time, and I'm fucking they shit up. Now I'm doing them a fucking disservice. And that shit is disrespectful, my nigga. Wasting another motherfucker's time is fucking disrespectful, dog. You know, whether or not they was waiting for you to show up, whether or not they was excited, whether or not they gave a fuck, it's disrespectful no matter what it is, my nigga. You should never waste another motherfucker's time. Like, you should never feel comfortable wasting another motherfucker's time. Because like I said, nigga, they can't replenish that shit, my nigga. Like, time is fucking priceless. You know, like I was telling the homie, like one of the main reasons my clothing line is called 7 Saturdays. Y'all niggas always see these motherfucking hats behind me. Whenever you see me wear a fucking hat, it's one of my hats. It's a 7 Saturdays hat. The reason I call my brand 7 fucking Saturdays is because the value that I have of time. 7 Saturdays, there's 7 days in a week. I would love, my fucking dream in life more than having $1 billion is for every day of my personal week to be Saturday. For me to be able to say, I ain't doing shit today. Or for me to say, you know what, I feel like doing this today. Like, I don't want to be obligated. I just want to be able to live my motherfucking life free of obligation, free of time. Everything that I want to do, I want to do it because I want to do it. Not because I have to do it. Like right now, nigga, I have to be at work at 9 o'clock tonight. I have to. In order for me to feed my family, I got to take my ass to work at 9 o'clock at night. And I don't get off until 11 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. Like I said, I work 14-hour motherfucking work days, dog. I'm a busy ass nigga. Get off work. A lot of times, I done already booked myself up. Nigga, I got motherfucking 3 or 4 podcasts to do after I get off work, nigga. And like I said, nigga, I work 14-hour days, nigga. That leaves me 10 hours off the motherfucking clock. Nigga, that's not fucking counting commute, things of that nature, using the motherfucking bathroom, taking a shower, hygiene and shit like that. Like, nigga, I'm off the clock, change clothes, brush my teeth, throw a motherfucking outfit on, nigga, I'm podcasting. Nigga, then I try to kick it with my kids and my wife for a little bit of time, nigga. Then I gotta go sneak into the motherfucking bed. Hopefully I get enough motherfucking rest to be at work. Like, nigga, my time be booked the fuck up, my nigga. So it's like a nigga gotta prioritize my shit. Nigga, I gotta spend my time very wisely because I don't have a lot of that shit. That's a big reason. Like I be telling niggas, I don't be answering my motherfucking phone. Cause nigga, I ain't got a lot of time to be bullshitting with niggas about stupid ass shit. And I only got this amount of motherfucking free time of my day. Even my weekends be booked up. Nigga, my weekends I spend doing this motherfucking shit. Nigga, I do fucking Cat vs. Dog on Sundays, 3 p.m. Pacific, live at 5 Houston time, nigga. The reason I always leave the times of the Too Much Game podcast very flexible is because sometimes I literally gotta squeeze my own show that I love, that I'm passionate about, my shit. Nigga, I be having to squeeze this bitch in through the week. So that's why I gotta keep this motherfucker flexible, cause I be, you know, my time is always booked up. But back to why I named my brand 7 Saturdays. I don't want to live like that. Like, I would love to be able to cut the whole working part out, honestly, nigga. I can't wait till, nigga, I done already named my price. If I could get $7 million, nigga, I will literally put my life on a budget and just chill. You know, I'll take some time out to travel with my wife, time to kick it with my kids, time for content. Everything will be budgeted, but I'd have a lot more time to spend with my loved ones, a lot more time to just do the things that I like to do. You know, watch cartoons, nigga, eat fucking ice cream for breakfast, nigga, play some basketball, shoot hoops, nigga, like invite motherfuckers over and kick it and relax, play dominoes and shit. Like, but nigga, the way my days go, nigga, all my time be booked up. Like I be telling niggas, if it ain't about some motherfucking money or some content or something that's gonna help me grow or find financial freedom or residual income, don't be on my goddamn phone because you're wasting my goddamn time. Like the reason that I'm so into, like if y'all been watching my recent lives, we've been talking about cryptocurrency, investing in the stock market and learning things that'll help, us budget our money better. It's because, nigga, I would love to have enough residual income just to take care of me so I don't gotta work 14 hours a motherfucking day. If I could free up 14 hours of my motherfucking day, I'd be a very efficient human being. I'd be a very happy fucking human being if I could cut that part out of all my days. And this is something that I preach to just people in general, my nigga. Like, it's not always dope to be rich. It's always dope to be wealthy. And Chris Rock had a joke about the difference between rich and wealthy. He was saying Shaq is rich and a nigga who signs Shaq checks is wealthy. But the thing is, like, the way that I look at wealth as far as financial wealth, because we all know that health is wealth. And the reason that health is wealth is because health is going to give you more time on this motherfucking planet. Something that you can't replenish. So you should always value your fucking health. I could really have a fucking 2-hour episode about this shit now that I really think about it. Because I ain't even talk about fucking health when it comes to your time. Nigga, if you not, eating healthy, drinking water, and getting rest, my nigga, you fucking up your own time. You cutting your own time short if you fucking up your health. If you not living a healthy lifestyle, your ass gonna die early anyway. So nigga, you should be drinking more fucking water, getting sleep, prioritizing rest, eating a motherfucking salad every now and then. Stop eating all that bullshit. Stop eating fucking processed food so much, my nigga. You ain't even gotta do that shit all the time or go cold turkey on bad food because your body will go into shock. But the least you can do is try to, eat better in moderation. Take one day out the week to eat a motherfucking salad, or like one day out the week where you're not gonna eat no meat, or, put yourself on like a water diet where you say, you know what, I think I'm gonna drink this much water today. I'm gonna try to drink like 3 glasses of water over the course of this day or some shit like that, my nigga. Like, prioritize your health, my nigga, because your health is a big factor in your time. But anyway, my nigga, just don't let nobody waste your fucking time, dog. Nigga, budget your motherfucking time wisely, because that shit is important. It's as important as it is to you. It's important to your loved ones. Because like I said, with Father's Day coming up, my nigga, your time as a father to your children is fucking priceless. That shit is more important than any gift you can buy them, even any fucking thing you can teach them. Because how you spend your time with your kids is very important. But the fact that you spend your time is more important. You could literally spend your time bullshitting and joking with your kids. They'll appreciate that shit way more than if you said, oh, I had to work 20-hour days. I had to be gone working all this time so y'all can have all those nice toys and gifts and a big house and all that bullshit. They gonna be like, nigga, you loved work way more than you loved us. And tell you, my nigga, your kids they'd much rather you work a 9 to 5 making average money than for you to work motherfucking all around the clock and buy them a million nice fucking gifts. Trust me, my nigga. Your kids would much rather have a regular dad that they see every day than a celebrity dad that buys them all types of super duper shit. Trust me, my nigga. Why you think 50 Cent's son hate him? Why you think a lot of these celebrities' kids hate their rich, famous parent? They be all talking shit about their rich and famous parents because they don't spend time, my nigga. It's like, you love being a celebrity more than you love me as your child. You love comedy more than you love me, your child. You love rap music more than you love me, your child. Like, that's like the worst thing I could fucking hear as a father. If my kids think it's anything on this motherfucking planet that I love more than them or my wife. I never want that shit to be the case. That's the reason I prioritize spending time with they motherfucking ass. Because I don't want to be that dad. I don't want to be a fucking financial dad. I don't want to be known as an ATM dad or a weekend dad or none of that shit. Like, nigga, I love being the get off work, Nigga, I crack my little door open. I got one of them motherfucking key code doors, and you beep, 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 beep. Once they hear and that fucking lock crack, nigga, here they come running down the stairs. Dad, dad, dad. Like, nigga, that's the greatest shit in the world, my nigga. Like, fuck being able to buy these niggas bikes and video game. Anybody could do that shit. Any nigga with a job could do that shit. But it's like, nigga, not any nigga with a job could see their kids every day. Not every nigga with a job, kids is happy to see them every day. You know, not every nigga in a job, or every nigga with a job, or every nigga with some money, kids could tell you, you know, a million things about their dad. How their dad is, who their dad is, you know, how their dad gets down, how much their dad loves them. Like, nigga, my kids could tell you that. I love that shit. You know, like, my kids done been on this motherfucking podcast multiple times. Like, you know, I've done Father's Day episodes where my daughter interviewed me. Like, y'all niggas will see Deuce and Brownie on this motherfucker. Like, everybody who know me know I'm a dad. Like, that, I love that shit. Nigga, dad is like the greatest motherfucking job, my nigga. Like, dad and husband. Like, that's the shit to me, my nigga. And all of that shit, I feel like the greatest thing that I have in all of those jobs is time. The thing that my wife values that I give her more than anything is time. The thing that my kids value more than anything that I give them is time. You know, so the whole fucking thing with this whole episode, for me to wrap all this shit up and put a bow on this shit, value your fucking time. Budget your time fucking wisely. Don't allow nobody to waste your motherfucking time. And that's my time. So I'm gonna drop the mic on that shit. This has been your host, Young Dolemite, of the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the Boom Boom Room once again. If you would like to support us financially, it's patreon.com/Townhouse Media. Town E House Media. Support all the Townhouse Media podcasts. Sports for You podcast, sports number 4, letter U. Live at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesdays on Facebook and YouTube. The No Rules podcast Wednesdays, live at 6 p.m. Pacific time as well. Facebook and YouTube also, you know, available on all fucking streaming platforms. The Cat vs. Dog podcast Sundays, live at 3 p.m. Pacific time, live at 5 Houston time with myself, Uncle Dolemite. I'm rebranded, nigga. I ain't think I'm gonna use Young Dolemite no more. I'm Uncle Dolemite, nigga, full time. Shout out to motherfucking She Gets It Bob for that shit. But yeah, nigga, me and CJ, nigga, every Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific, live at 5 Houston time, the Cat vs. Dog podcast. If you hear, you already know, my nigga, the Too Much Game podcast. Just subscribe to this motherfucker anywhere you can subscribe to podcasts at, and this bitch will pop up, my nigga. But I'll be around, nigga. Follow me on Instagram at Uncle Dolemite or at Too Much Game Podcast. Twitter at Uncle Dolemite, because I changed that shit. Or Too Much Game Pod. Other platforms I don't much fuck with, you know, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you would like to send me some money, cause I'm a broke ass nigga, at Young Dolemite, YUNGDOLEMITE, until I can change that shit. But I think that's it, my nigga. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too Much Game.